He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha Sadhana. He was a siddha, and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him, and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Meenakshi Mishra.
Om Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptayena Charachara Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Sri Sadashivaya Namaha Tasmai Sri Mahadevaya Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Aham Brahmasmi. So good evening everyone. स्वागत है आप सभी का to this much awaited time of the year where we again come together. साथ जुड़ जाते हैं कुछ साधनाओं के साथ उस शिव के मार्ग में, on the path of Shiva. Again, this is the time of the year. How many of you felt like you celebrated Shivaratri just recently? And when we say that we are again doing the Shivaratri, then you think, when was it done last time? ये तो अभी गया जैसे लग रहा है. So that means that's exactly what we said has been continued. That means हमने कहा था कि हमारी शिवरात्रि खत्म नहीं होती. One ends, again the next one begins. So if that gap has not been felt, so truly that has been going on in that way, I believe. So coming to this time, if we are starting the process from tomorrow, on the 26th, it is exactly going to be the 21st day. So you can begin the process that I'm going to give now. And every time we used to give one mantra and you used to chant the mantra, and that's how the preparation used to be. But मुझे लगता है आप लोग थोड़े, you are becoming, you should be elevated to the next levels, right? So your processes should also start to move in that direction. So what I have discussed, thought of is, rather than giving you one process, why not give 3? So when I'm talking about 3 processes, the 21 days will be divided into 7 days each, and every 7 days your sadhana changes. up until you reach to the Mahashivaratri. So this is going to be a very typical one. हालांकि और टिपिकल किया जा सकता था, बट हरि भाई सेड नहीं भाई, लोगों पर थोड़ा दया करो, जितना कर सके उतना दे दो. So finally we said okay, so we came to a conclusion what can be done, and that's how we have tried to keep it as simple as possible. Let's see how simple is it for you. And then once this process is done, after that, just we'll give a 10 minutes gap, and after that Mahanirvan will meet, because their sadhana is going to be pretty different from that what we are also going to give here. Apart from this, don't think like you will only be doing that. You have to do this and that. So that's where we are going to process. Shivaratri hai, mazak thoda hi na hai. So if you want to go into the Shivaratri, you should be preparing yourself in this way. So the 7 days that I have distributed that into 3 phases is going to be a very, very different kind of experience altogether, because this time we want to take a very, very transformative approach. That's why you might have heard, like you might have read the first statement itself, that was when I was starting to write down, the first statement that popped up was, the divine has called, will you answer to it? And the moment I wrote that sentence, I said, okay, so this is something that is coming in its way. वो अपने आप कैसे कराएगा? And after that I sat down and every process got it jotted down. So this time we are not only going to do the mantra. So this process you can look into this way, as you are going to do a mantra way, a tantra way, and a yantra way. Don't worry, it's not going to be too difficult to do, but it will certainly need certain kind of commitment. So that is what is needed, and that's what you should all have to, because that will make sure like the results also show up in that way. And every 7 days, when I'm going to give you the sadhana, every 7 days the mantras are going to be different. Some mantras that you have already done, and there are mantras that you have not done. So every 7 days, I'm also going to give you the pathway, how you will do it, what needs to be done. And apart from that, what you will be experiencing during those 7 days. Then the next 7 days is next level and the final one. I have cut short many things for you. Still, I believe that you can do it, because it is, this time I just don't want to make it just a celebration. It is going to be a journey, especially to awaken the Shiva consciousness in all of us. Although none of us is left out from that, but still we want to make it more vivid. We want to make it more intense. And especially when I'm talking about your commitments. So this time, to experience the deepest mystical states, that it depends on the levels of spaces that you are in. But you will experience something that we call as the deepest experience of the mystical states of Mahashivaratri. It's not just Shivaratri. It's going to be a mystical experience for all of us if you do this sadhana in the most appropriate way. Because it needs a lot of things. It's not that the physicality. So we will be working towards 3 things: the physical body, the mental body or the mind, and the energy system that is there within us. And this 21 days of process before the Mahashivaratri is going to, and ऐसे कहा जा सकता है कि आप designed it in such a way that will work to purify your nadis, activate your energies, and align you with that tattva altogether. So this is the approach I'm going to take, and you will see like the 7 days, how one is working on your physicality, the other is working on your mind, and the third is completely preparing you for the process of Shivaratri. So are you ready? राजन जी कहते ये पूछने वाली बात नहीं है, अगर रेडी नहीं होते तो यहाँ नहीं बैठते थे. So The smiles on the faces itself speaks that people are ready for that, and here we go. So जैसे मैंने कहा कि all these things, the accumulation of all this, physical, mental, and spiritual. So this 21 days process, again, to clearly tell you what are we going to achieve in this. One is bodily purification, तो होगा ही होगा. Detoxifying the body. So we will be talking about what to eat, or rather how to start your day, with what kind of food. Because we have heard it, what you eat, you become like that. जैसे खाद्य खाते हो उसी तरीके के आपके विचार आते हैं. So we will start from that detoxifying process of the physical level. So body purification, that would be including detoxifying the body to increase the energy sensitivity that you can feel. वो कहते हैं ना कि मोटे चमड़े वाले को मारे तो भी उसे लगता नहीं है क्योंकि चमड़ी मोटी हो गई है. So it has grown so thick that even if you beat it up, it does not feel that. So let us lose out something in this during this time frame. So that is going to be the first step, detoxifying your body. The second thing is the mental stillness, silencing unnecessary thoughts to align with the Shiva's void-like nature. मतलब शिव का जो नेचर है, उस नेचर के साथ जुड़ने के लिए स्थिरता और शांति अपने अंदर, वो कैसे आएगा वो भी बता देंगे. Then the third thing that we are going to work upon is the energy activation. Means it will be working a combination. The first two combination will be working on your energy activation because it will awaken the hidden currents in the nadis. नाड़ी का शोधन जो होता है वो नाड़ी शोधन और प्राणायाम के जरिए we will be working on that as well as mantras. So one is clearing the space, the other is filling it with the good energies. Then the fourth thing that we will be working on is clearing or removing the past blockages and to receive the grace of Shiva. So this is going to be the four-way approach. And when I narrate you how the things are going to be, you will come to understand that, yes, this is actually possible to do all these things in these 21 days. But to be true, मैंने मिलावट कर दी है प्रोसेस में. Because when the entire process was getting downloaded, your face was jumping in front of my eyes. आप लोगों का चेहरा मेरे सामने घूम रहा था. And I was thinking, if I give this in this way, आधे लोग भाग जाएंगे, they will not even start. And I can assure you that you will not start. So I said, क्या करूं? Like, what to do now? We have to strike a balance. So I strike the deal. I said, okay, so you have given me the entire process. From this, I'm going to take few of this. And the question was, why are you going to only take few of this? I said, you know your people. That's the only reason why I'm going to take few of that. Because अगर तू अपने जैसा करने के लिए कहेगा तो आधे लोग आएंगे ही नहीं. अभी no, I'll not tell that. Because if I say that itself is difficult for me. फिर लोग बोलेंगे हाँ हाँ वो भी कर लेते हैं. नहीं, जरूरत नहीं है. जितना हमने तय किया है उतना ही बताएंगे आप. So the physical purification, that is going to start from tomorrow. From tomorrow, that is February 6th till 12th, means the day 1 to day 7. Don't worry, I have already written down all these things. You don't have to take a note of it. मैंने उसमें डेट के साथ दिन भी लिख दिया है. Because then there will be a confusion. 1 to 7 means shall I start on the 8th day or 7th night? So in order to clarify all those doubts, I've already written down everything so that people have an easier way to deal with these things. Kabhi we get entangled not in the sadhana, we get entangled in the process itself. Okay, so this is how it's going to be. तो पहले से क्या शुरू होना है? It is going to start from tomorrow. The first and foremost thing that you should do, शिवरात्रि का जब आप साधना शुरू करते हो तो कहाँ से शुरू करना चाहिए आपको? The first and foremost thing that all of us should do is do a little Ganesh Puja. Because शिव की पूजा हो या किसी भी पूजा, गणेश की पूजा करके शुरू करते हैं. जरूरी नहीं कि आप मंत्र पढ़ो या बहुत सारा विस्तार से करना है. नॉट elaborately, not, it is not needed. You can do it at a very simpler form. We all have Ganesha statues at our homes. So just putting a flower on his name and folding your hand and saying that I'm going to begin this sadhana of 21 days, please help me. Right? And that's how the process should begin. Second, I don't want to put conditions, but if it is possible, visit Shiva temple. नहीं जा सकते, घर में शिवलिंग है, वही नमस्कार कर दो. शिव सर्वस्व व्याप्त है. लेकिन मौका मिले तो बिल्कुल जाना चाहिए. And what are you going to do is, I said, no, you are also going to do it in a very tantric fashion. When you listen to the Panchamakar in the Vam Marg, we all know that there is something called as Madira. But in a sattvic way, you can actually create it. And you can offer that even at the Shivling at your home or at the temple. कैसे करोगे? If you mix jaggery and ginger, गुड़ और अदरक का जूस जो है, if you mix it with good and adrak ka juice, if you mix it and put a little water into that, the water that is made out of it is also known as sura. So when we do, while doing the left hand process, when we do that in the sattvic form also, so the combination of these two things, actually इसमें भी वर्ण भेद है. ब्राह्मण गुड़ और अदरक चढ़ाता है. वैसे ही जैसे श्रेणी विभक्त होते हैं, like as the caste system goes divided into 4 classes, the changes of those things happen. जैसे कि शहद के साथ एक चीज मिलाया जाता है, so that becomes for the next level of people. But for you, I will not complicate that. The only thing that is needed is that गुड़ का जो होता है, थोड़ा सा गुड़ ले लो, पानी में उसको मिक्स कर दो, अदरक का थोड़ा जूस उसमें मिला दो. This becomes like a sura, means a sweetened drink which you are going to pour on Shiva while chanting Namah Shivaya or Shivaya Namah. Females chant Shivaya Namah and males Namah Shivaya. अगर आपने जनेऊ धारण किया है, बिल्कुल ओम नमः शिवाय के साथ कर सकते हो. ओके, सो दैट्स हाउ इट्स गोइंग टू बी. तो मंदिर में जाके, अगर मंदिर जा रहे हो या तो घर पे, विच एवर वे, लाइट अप ए दिया and pour this and then fold your hands and tell him that I am going to start your sadhana. Do I have your permission? Now, when you ask, do I have your permission? Then what? Then you will tell me what happened. Okay? It does not matter whether you are doing it at home or a temple. Because somehow or other, you are going to get an answer. That's where I say, I want to pour that so that he's awake, and I ask the question now. And I say, okay, now you know what I am holding in my hand, so I pour it on you. So you chant your name as if you are awakening him. And then you say, I'm going to start your sadhana. Do I have your permission? Don't worry, उधर कुछ नहीं हुआ तो it will answer you anyways. ये लिख के रख लो. ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता कि वो आंसर ना दे. But this is only for the first day. Don't use that again ever without my permission. ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक बार के लिए है. आगे चल के खुद ये बना के अरे शिव को जागृत करने का बड़ा अच्छा मंत्र ये मिल गया, चलो गुड़ और अदरक मिलाओ और दे डाल दे, कहता हूं पड़ेगा। ओके, so only during this particular time as we are beginning the sadhana you do that, do not repeat it on your own। और मैं बार बार कह रहा हूं ये सिर्फ एक दिन के लिए है। Got it? Now after that, when you have done all those things, if you are doing it at home, you can start the process that I'm going to tell you, or if you are at the temple, you can come back at your home and start your process. Reason being, you cannot go every day to the temple to do that sadhana, right? So that's why I want you to keep a space। जहां बैठ के कर रहे हो वहीं बैठ के करो। Wherever you are sitting and doing the process, continue that। Clear है यहां तक? Okay, now facing, the facing should always be towards the northeast or the east। mat should be yellow, red or white। okay, इसमें कोई दुविधा नहीं है। शिव का प्रोसेस है, सो रुद्राक्ष पे ही होगा, इसमें कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है। हाँ, अगर बेलपत्र चढ़ा सको, इफ यू हैव इट, चढ़ा देना। ओके, एंड आई नो लाइक मेनी ऑफ यू हैव ऑलरेडी क्रिएटेड दो सिल्वर बिल्वपत्ras, you can put that also if you don't get the leaf। or one more thing, if you have a shivling at your home, these 21 days it should look its best। it's your job to make it look better। you should decorate it in any possible best possible way, and I'll be waiting for the photographs anyways। so let's see who Shiva looks better। now that would be a good competition, and I say people are ready to compete, so whichever way। now the question appears is, what if I am traveling, I am not at my home? do one thing, मानसिक रूप में कर लो। when you are going back to the home, based on the days of the process, उसके हिसाब से शुरू करो। don't worry, if it is the second half of the process, you can still start from there। if it is the third part of the process, you can still start there। but this is only exception for people those who are not able to start tomorrow। ये पता चला, like some people said, oh, so he has given, I can start any day, so I'll start on the 21st day। हाँ, तो 21st डे के स्टार्ट करोगे तो रिजल्ट भी वैसा ही मिलेगा। you won't get that kind of results also, right? and if for females, if the cycle starts, very simple, मानसिक तरफ से कंटिन्यू करते जाओ। okay, so that's the second thing। so the goal, what we are going to start is, after you do this, शिव की पूजा कर ले तो किसी तरीके से भी, अगर जिस तरीके से आप, the 5 things that you generally use to do puja of Shiva, धूप दीप अगरबत्ती पुष्प चढ़ाना, जितना मतलब you are starting the puja, if you are going to the temple, do all that things। आके बैठ जाना, नहीं तो अगर घर में कर रहे हो तो सेम थिंग, एवरी डे एज यू डू ए पूजा, यू डू दैट एंड यू कैन बिगिन द प्रोसेस। कल से जो प्रोसेस स्टार्ट होगा, इट स्टार्ट्स विथ द क्लेंजिंग ऑफ द बॉडी। जैसे मैंने कहा, पहले डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन होगा शरीर का, क्लेंस द बॉडी सो दैट यू कैन प्रिपेयर इट फॉर हायर फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑब्जर्वेशंस और फीलिंग द एनर्जी ऑफ अ वेरी हाई लेवल। कहां से शुरू करते हैं? यू हैव टू ड्रिंक, ये तो बहुत अच्छी बात होगी क्योंकि कुछ लोगों के लिए बड़े काम भी करेगा, बहुत सरल चीज है। वार्म वाटर विथ लेमन एंड हनी। सुबह सुबह उठ के पहले आप बोलोगे मैं पूजा नहीं की, कैसे पी लूं? नहीं, दैट इज द डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन प्रोसेस। सो वार्म वाटर में हनी एंड थोड़ा सा ये मिक्स कर दो एंड यू स्टार्ट ड्रिंकिंग दैट लेमन एंड हनी। सो नाउ द क्वेश्चन विल कम, कैन वी ड्रिंक लेमन टी? यस, warm water, honey and lemon, you just do that। the first thing that you do, don't worry that you have not started your puja or you have not done this is the process। okay, so usko pehle pee ke you have to start that। अच्छा, क्वेश्चन ये भी आ सकता है कि मंदिर जाने से पहले, या बिल्कुल मंदिर जाने से पहले. The first thing when you wake up, you brush your teeth. That is the second thing you do. Yeah, you can take a shower and come out. Then you drink that. That's absolutely fine. Okay. So this is going to be a very simple detoxification process, and you can continue this for the entire 21 days. Okay. ये कर सकते हो आप. The second thing is fasting practices. I don't say like do complete fasting. Intermittent fasting करना शुरू करो. For example, I always take the benefit of doubt and say, okay, so I ate in the night at 7:30. So I did an intermittent fasting and I ate in the early morning. Even that is intermittent fasting. If you eat late in the night, अगर रात में देर से खाते हो, you are eating at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and then again you are getting up at 5 and still eating, you only have a 4 hours gap, right? So try to have your dinner early by 6:30, 7:30. That's what, at least for these 21 days, because you will see the difference happening with you. You try to have that between this 7:30 of time. And then by default, by the next day, when you complete your puja and you go for the food that you are going to eat, anyways, it will have a gap of 8 to 10 hours. Aram se ho jayega. Only thing that you are doing in between is you are drinking that water before your food. So that will completely cleanse the body in that way. Okay. Very easy hai, kar sakte ho aap. And then you have to do when you are done with the puja and now you are starting the process. क्या करना है आपको? ये पृथ्वी मुद्रा मतलब द रिंग फिंगर एंड द थंब, ये जुड़ जाना है बस. यू सी द रिंग फिंगर टचेस द थंब. ये ऐसे नहीं आएगा, जस्ट इट विल टच, बिकॉज इट गोज इन दिस वे, इट चेंजेस द मुद्रा. ये बस टच करना है इसे, एंड यू कीप इट लाइक दिस एट योर, आपके घुटनों के ऊपर रख सकते हो. यू से यू कीप इट इन योर लैप एंड यू डू द प्रोसेस और द मंत्र दैट आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू. ओके. कब उठना है? सुबह. व्हाट डू यू थिंक यू शुड वेक अप एट? ऑफ कोर्स ब्रह्म मुहूर्त. Now here is going to be the challenge. The challenge was, actually, if I would have done this process today, I would have asked you to go to the Shiva temple in the evening today itself, so that you are ready to start the process tomorrow. So the major challenge that is going to happen to all of us is, if I wake up even at the Brahma Muhurta, but I cannot go to the temple that early because the doors of many of the temples do not open. So the best way to do it is, if you want to really go and do it on the temple and start a little delay tomorrow also, it's okay. Because day after tomorrow, you will directly be starting at home. So कोई चिंता की बात नहीं है. कल एक दिन के लिए अगर आप मंदिर जाके आके करना चाहते तो भी कर लो, थोड़ा लेट तो भी चलेगा. So that would solve the problem that we might face. Okay. तो ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में जागना है. And then with this पृथ्वी मुद्रा, आपको कुछ नहीं, सिर्फ और सिर्फ नमः शिवाय या शिवाय नमः का जाप कर रहा है. कितने बार करना है? हाउ मेनी टाइम्स आर यू गोइंग टू डू? मिनिमम 3 माला, मिनिमम, बिकॉज इट विल बी वेरी फास्ट. आप लोग जितने दिन से जाप कर रहे हो, इट विल बी वेरी फास्ट. मैक्सिमम कितना कर सकते हो? 1100, 1100 टाइम्स, इफ यू आर एबल टू डू दैट. ठीक है. फ्रॉम 324 to 1100, that's the count. Okay. Minimum is 324, max is 1100. So उस तरीके से कोई संकल्प लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. There is nothing to be done. You just chant the mantra. Okay. And as I said, if you are wearing a janev, you have to do the Om Namah Shivaya. If you are a male without a janev, just do Namah Shivaya, and a female does the chanting of Shivaya Namah. This is clear. This process is going to continue for all the 7 days. From February 6th to 12th. What are you going to experience by just doing simple things like this? The very simple thing that when you are doing this, you are going to, within at least 3 to 4 days, you will start feeling that the body has becoming more lighter and the energy will slowly start accumulating and you will feel that. Then because you are chanting the Namah Shivaya, the more and more you chant, you will find that the mind actually will slow down and you will increase the silence within yourself. Question comes, do I need to chant the Namah Shivaya loudly? Not necessary. If you are able to chant it within yourself also, that is still fine. Okay. So this is going to be the very simple process. क्या करना है? सुबह जल्दी उठना है, तैयार हो जाओ. Then you do the regular puja. Sorry, drink the water. After that you do the regular puja. पूजा हो जाने के बाद सजा दो उसको बढ़िया से. And then you sit with the Prithvi Mudra and you just chant Namah Shivaya or Shivaya Namah. This is going to be for the first 7 days of the process. बहुत simple लग रहा होगा. No, that's where I say being simple is tough. सरल होना ही मुश्किल है. So that's where the simplest of the process you do, and then you will be ready for the next phase of thing. Because this is cleansing of the body. When you are sitting for doing a jap of 1100 times or 324 times minimum, then you are actually training your body to sit quietly, calmly. Because for many of us, we struggle to even sit. Don't fight with anything here. You simply sit. You know what you should be happening within yourself? While chanting, don't even think that you are chanting. With every mantra that you are going to chant, you should feel like you are dancing along with it. And if you feel that you are dancing along with it with every chant, then your chant is not going to be only a counter role. It's going to be a divine dance altogether. This is clear for everyone? How the mala could be handled? Do you really want to keep a count is my question. If you still want to keep a count, the left hand keeps the Prithvi Mudra because that will ground you. And on the right hand, you can roll the mala. But I say, why not check out like how many times you actually can chant even without a counter? मुश्किल हो सकता है. कभी कभी मन 7-8 बार चांट करने के बाद भी कहते हैं बहुत हो गया. But there, I actually want you to not get into that fight also. I'll tell you why. At times, हम जबरदस्ती बैठते हैं. हम कहते हैं नहीं नहीं 3 माला खत्म करनी है तो 3 माला खत्म करनी है. But in that way, are you really doing it? You're not doing it. You are seeing कितने माला खत्म हुए. So here, in this particular first process, I don't want you to keep any count also. Don't worry, अगर 1100 से ज्यादा हो गया तो गुस्सा हो जाएगा क्या शिव? नहीं होगा ना. So sit. See, that is what is bringing that control and simplicity into this body. It's not even a control. It's bringing like, एक बात बताओ. If you get a chance to spend time with Shiva, how much time will you spend? आप बोलोगे नहीं नहीं 3 माला. तो 3 माले में जितना समय है उतना समय शिव के साथ. Don't you think that when you are actually doing the mantra, you are sitting with it? Then how are you questioning? ये प्रश्न ही नहीं आना चाहिए. और जानते हो उसने क्या कहा था? माला तो हमने बाद में ऐड किया है. उसने तो कहा था जो दिन भर बैठ सकता है बिठा दे. मैं बोला ये अगर दिन भर बैठ गए तो या तो ये घर से निकल जाएंगे या तो मुझे निकाल दिया जाएगा. So that's where I say, now think in this way. That's what I said. No, This Shivaratri is not just going to be a celebration, it's going to awaken that tattva within you. So whenever you have that urge, "Arey, aur nahi hoga, aur nahi hoga," many of the people start like their legs start shaking. वो पैर हिलने लगता है, फिर उठ जाने का मन होता है, start. At very moment, ask a question to yourself. How much time do you want to sit with Shiva? That's it. And I will believe all your questions will be answered even without you asking. अब बताओ कितना देर बैठोगे? Now you will come to an understanding that you are not going to sit anyways. It is exactly his wish. मैं कितना देर बैठूंगा वो मेरे हाथ में नहीं रहा. क्योंकि if I keep a condition of the mala, I know that after 3 mala I'll get up. But if I don't keep that rule itself, is there any way? And even then, I will tell you, even then, if you sit for 2 minutes, even if you sit for 5 minutes, you will be sitting with it. Because you are no more bound by the circle of the mala itself. Means the first thing that you are cutting down on, even that count that actually keeps you with him or takes you away from him. So the counter is closed. Make sense now? So do that way. Because the moment you close your eyes and you say, okay, so now today I'm not going to chant, I'm just being with it. अब देखता हूं, but if you know, like if I have to ask the question, I ask in a very, I always ask the question in the opposite way. I ask, कितना देर बैठेगा मेरे साथ बता, मैं यही हूं. How much time you are going to sit with me? Tell me now. तब क्या होगा बताओ? तब टेंशन आपका नहीं है, शिव का है. Are you getting that? Or if you are not able to sit for 5 minutes, will you blame yourself? No. अच्छा, तू बैठ नहीं पाया मेरे साथ आज, कल बैठना. Then, can you see all the things that can bind you? We are cutting down on all those things. I respect all the ways, the paths, the traditions that have been built. I absolutely go with that. But at the same time, I know Shiva is benevolent. And at the same time, I know that if I just follow those rules, I might not do it in the right way. So the best way to do is do it his way rather than a prescribed way. So which way do you follow? And that's why I say this Shivaratri should be different. Okay. So these 7 days are done. Once these 7 days are completed, the next phase will be working on the mental aspects of it. The second means phase 2 of sadhana. It's like mental and emotional purification. It will start from day 8 and will run up until day 14. The dates will be February 13th to February 19th. This way, we are going to clear our emotional baggages and dissolve our karmic impressions. What are we going to change in the second phase? Second phase, we will do Tratak. Okay? Tratak for how much minutes? How much time? And as I said, don't worry, everything I have already written down. The only thing I have to do is post it. Okay? So the Tratak. This Tratak we have already done. All the people, those who have done the 9-day process, you all know like how the Tratak is done. If you don't know, just light up a diya, a ghee diya, like 1.5 hands away. Keep it in such a height that your eyes and the fire burning in the diya are on the same level, so that you don't have to look down or up, and constantly focusing towards that light of that diya. Do you need to chant any mantra? No, nothing. You just look at it. So when you practice it, how much time do you need to practice it? I know there are people in this room, those who have already completed 40-45 minutes of direct gazing into that light without blinking. There are people in this room. And for some people, after 15-20 minutes itself, something changes. Need not worry. This is only for 10 minutes. And if you are starting and in the first time and second day or third day, you blink also, don't worry. Again, bring back focus to that light. Okay. So Tratak itself is a very, very powerful process. We are doing it in a simple way, but the impact would be pretty intense, because it's like when you are looking into that fire, it's like looking into the third eye of Shiva. Now, instead of doing a Tratak on the fire, what if you are directly looking into the third eye of Shiva and you are doing it? Now tell me what kind of change will happen within you. ज्वलंत त्रिनेत्र कहते हैं ना वो, the third eye that is burning. And when you are looking into that fire, you are actually looking into the burning third eye of Shiva. And if you look at that and just look at it, then what? This is why I say it will even burn down on the energies that blockages are there and the karmic baggages that we are holding on. Agni, kis cheez ka, like what is the symbolism of fire? It burns down that is not needed. So that's how you purify. You start the process with Tratak. Then this time you take the mala. In this mala, you will do, उसने मुझे 1100 बोला था. I have brought it down to at least 108 minimum. So as much as you want to do is your choice. So I will give you the mantra that you have to do. Please close your eyes. Now, while you are closing your eyes, keep your spine straight. And the imagination that you have to bring right now is going to be a very simple one, as if you are looking towards the burning fire in front of you, as if you are doing a Tratak. And when you are looking at the Tratak, you will absolutely have a connectivity from that fire that is burning in front of you to the fire of your own third eye. आपके त्रिनेत्र और वो अग्नि के बीच में एक सामंजस्य बनना चाहिए. Feeling a sensation, a connectivity between this third eye and that third eye of fire that we are looking at. It's like connecting to the third eye of Shiva to your own third eye. So when you are focusing on this, I'll give you the mantra and you have to chant it minimum of 108 times. That is one mala or more, as much as you can. The mantra goes this way: Om Hrom Jum Sah Om Namah Shivaya. Om Hrom Jum Sah Om Namah Shivaya. Om Hrom Jum Sah Om Namah Shivaya. So this is going to be the mantra that you can chant while the 10 minutes of fire gazing is done. Tratak समाप्त होता है. उसके बाद आंख बंद कर दो. You still have the sensation and the feeling of as if you are looking at to the fire, and with your closed eyes you start chanting this mantra. This you can do with a mala. And if you want to spend time without any rules, wear the mala, chant the mantra. Okay. Now you can open your eyes. Now comes a very amazing thing that you have to do is the Mauna Sadhana. How much time can you stay without speaking? Then people say, oh, I have a record of that. How many days? Like 2 days. I never spoke. Why? No, I was angry. नहीं, वो मौन साधना नहीं होता है, वो झगड़ा साधना होता है. So मौन साधना is you choose to keep quiet from your mouth. You can start it. I know we are all in this family. We have to take care of so many things. So find a time when you won't speak. Start from 30 minutes. Yes. When you talk in your mind, that itself is a loud talking. Don't worry. First, then you will start speaking to yourself only. But slowly, 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 that chatter will vanish. Why? Because I will give you the best ways to do this. Very simplest way. उसने मुझे कहा था से 4 घंटे से लेके 12 घंटे तक का मौन. मतलब कौन करेगा? मेरे से ही नहीं होगा अभी. तो हमें 4 घंटा बात करने के लिए बोल we can do that. But staying quiet for 4 hours is quite a big challenge. So half an hour is something that you can do. कब कर सकते हो? आपको बहुत सही चीज बता देता हूँ. In the daytime, you will not get time. I know that. But before you go to sleep, सब काम हो गया. You have completed the entire day's work. Now go for that Maun Sadhana. You know what happens? We don't take care of the things that have happened today. We carry it forward to the next day. So we wake up with that headache. But if you start doing this Maun Sadhana before even going to sleep, at least you will see so many things happening with a lot of clarity within you. That clarity of thoughts will come. And then when there is no fight in your head, you simply sit. How will you reach to the pinnacle of it? To reach to the pinnacle of the silence is, you close your eyes. You can do it on your bed, no problem. You inform people that you're not going to speak for 30 minutes. Or else they will say, what happened? कि ये देवी आज इतनी शांत कैसे हो गई? ये देवी तो हमेशा बात करती रहती है, आज बात क्यों नहीं करी? So what you have to do is, the moment you become silent, right? In that space, try to connect with the silence of Shiva. Just with your mind's eye, even if you imagine that how would Shiva be sitting in meditation? Let me enter into his space. You know what will happen? By listening to this, it has started. Automatically, you will see like lot of noise will disappear. And that's the magic of this process. It is so simple, but if you connect yourself, just you sit and you say, let me experience the silence of Shiva within me. How silent Shiva could be. Try now. Open your eyes. You don't know what void you will enter. Without any trying, you will just enter into that space. It is that simple. कर पाओगे? It's doable. So I have striked a lot of bargain to bring this out, right? So this is how you connect with the Maun Sadhana. The Maun Sadhana happens minimum of 30 minutes. You can slowly increase it to 45 minutes, 1 hour, whatever way you can keep it. But don't strain, because if it is needed for you to speak at home and you say, देन पीछे नहीं, वो लिखने से ही दिमाग में पहले आता है, फिर आप लिखते हो. When you write that down, then only you already are talking to your own self. No, we will not do it in intervals. मैं बोलूंगा जैसे मैं करता हूँ ना intermittent fasting. That not that way. If you have decided that for the next 30 minutes you are not going to speak, means for the next 30 minutes you are not going to speak. Actually, the main magic happens after 3 hours. If you are able to not speak for 3 hours now, and not out of a lot of anger or a lot of anxiety or a lot of things going on within you, but out of silence. First, you will have a lot of things going on. अरे ये बोल दो, देखना आप आपके सामने कोई कुछ कर रहा है, आप बोलो, but you have to stop yourself. You cannot speak. And that's why I'm saying that to calm that down, when people are sleeping, they are sleeping. So you don't have to worry on that part. नहीं तो क्या होता है ना, आप घर में जाते हो, somebody is doing something, you say, ऐसा नहीं करते. No, I don't want you to have that fight within you. Now, a lot of things will initially go along with you. कभी शायद कुछ chatter चलेगा, the chatter of the mind. Might be the name of Shiva itself will go on. Might be some song, might be some thoughts. But here, what you have to connect with? You close your eyes and you have to just simply accept the silence of Shiva. And some of you might hear the whisper. Then what? And there, when you hear a whisper, you will be clearly knowing who said it. So this is something that you will experience. And that's why I'm saying, if into the deep phase of the night, when nothing is disturbing you, and you are completely connecting into that space of that God, into that divinity. It's like walking into Shiva, that's it. That would be an amazing space to experience. Will you? Now do you understand why I said the divine has called, will you answer? Rather than this time, you doing the sadhana, it's all the other way around happening. ये बिल्कुल उल्टा नहीं चल रहा है इस बार. So that was the reason why it wrote that way. So मौन साधना. मौन साधना आप रात में कर लेना, बाकी जो जपमाला जो है ये आप सुबह कर लोगे. There could be a forgiveness ritual. In the way, you can forgive some things. First and foremost thing, or the only thing that you should forgive is yourself. See, many times we blame our own selves. Many times we say, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I could not do this. I did that. I wanted to do, but it did not happen with me. For example, we fight a lot of time when we are not able to sit simply for doing a process. We are not able to simply sit and do a mantra, or we are not able to do a puja on that particular day, or might be I wanted to visit a temple and I could not go. That also creates a lot of things within us. Don't fight. The first and foremost thing that you do is whatever. What is the sentence? Whatever. I forgive myself and I accept myself completely. आप कोई भी लैंग्वेज में बोलो. And then here, offer that Shiva, do you accept that? I have accepted my completely. Do you accept me this way? This time the sadhana is conversational, not one way. So do you accept it? Now I am offering the way I am. मैं जैसा हूं वो तेरे पास. I'm just offering it to you the way I am. And I have accepted it myself the way you have created me. जिस तरीके से भी तूने मुझे बनाया है, I accept myself and now I offer that to you. Do you accept it? Then your experience will speak. उसके बाद आपका experience बात करेगा. And I will be eager to hear those whispers of silence. Okay? Then, while doing the process, the final, in the morning time, see, don't get confused. All the process is being done in the morning itself. Okay? Only the Maun sadhana is done in the night. अगर आप दिन में 2 बार भी नमः शिवाय का जाप करना चाहते हो तो कर लो. That is absolutely okay with it. Now, one more thing that you have to do while you are sitting, once the chanting of the mantra is done, we will do a grounding technique. How do you do a grounding technique? Namah Shivaya. How are we going to chant Namah Shivaya this time? We all know the alphabetical order of Namah Shivaya. The Panchakshari is also related to the Pancha Mahabhutas, the 5 great elements through which the creation has happened. And those Pancha Mahabhutas are also part of your body that you are created with. And every chakra from the Mooladhara to the Vishuddhi, there are 5. So here, when you say Na, Ma, Shivaya. So how to do is, first you are completed your chanting and everything is done. The final thing, before you get up from your asana, you close your eyes again and you say Na, a little elongated one. उसको repeat करो कुछ देर के लिए. Only that word Na, because Na word will represent the earth element as well as the Mooladhara chakra. How much time do you need to do it? Minimum 7 times and more. 7 से 11 बार would be good enough. But ऐसा नहीं, ना 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 हो गया 7 बार. No, I say you have to feel the vibrational frequency of that word in that particular chakra. कैसे होगा? The deeper you make the noise, not outside. You know, like a humming kind of sound that you make. If you do that way, you can try right now so that if you have any questions, I can guide you. So when you are saying the na word also, the na should be a vibrational frequency that does not go out but goes within you. Just like the humming sound. While doing this, focus on the Mooladhara chakra and see what is happening. You will find it quite amusing because everything starts shaking within your body. It's like a blast of energy that you will feel. The sensations will be pretty clear if you do this in the simple way. The na, around like 7 to 11 times you did that. Then comes the ma. The ma is nothing else but water connected to the Swadhisthana chakra. So now you have done with the na, then you start the chant. The same way, ma, for the Swadhisthana. Then comes Shi, that is fire. It's for the Manipura chakra. Then Va, that would be Anahata. And then Ya, the Vishuddha. So in this way, you will balance all the 5 chakras as well. Till the Vishuddhi chakra. Kitna der lagega? Might be 15 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes is what I'm looking at. हो जाएगा, उतने में हो जाएगा. But that vibration, once you have done with that, no, one chakra you are focusing and you are feeling that vibration, once you get up, you will feel like as if, मैं कहता हूँ ना, when I eat sweet, I feel like the Ida and Pingala have Jagrit हो जाता है. You will feel the same kind of sensation. You cannot sit at that moment, you know. That kind of sensation will happen within you. You will absolutely feel like something is rolling in my body. तो झंझनाहट कहते हो ना, वैसा लगेगा. Will you do it? बिल्कुल करो. Okay. So this is again the time frame of the second phase of 7 days. Every seven days have different process. That's why I'm saying, no. यहाँ तक क्लियर है सबको? वेरी गुड. यहाँ पे एक्सपीरियंस क्या हो सकता है आपको? वन यू आर डूइंग, व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू द फेज ऑफ 2, सेकेंड फेज में जब चल रहे हो, you will experience more stability at an emotional level as well as a thought process level. The second amazing thing that will happen is you will start seeing the symbols related to Shiva even in your dreams. सामने ऐसे तो कई सारी चीजें आएंगी that are related to Shiva. You will see like what's happening. Even in your dreams, उसके चिन्ह आते हैं. निशान कहते हो ना आप. You might just, my God, somehow some person has already seen this. You might just see there is an imprint of a feet. It is not a feet. Only the imprint of the feet is available. And when you are closing your eyes, you see, अरे ये किसके पैरों के निशान है. So you will start seeing the signs of Shiva in all the forms. It might be snakes. It might be Trishul. It might be Rudraksha. Many people get frightened when they see the image of snakes in their dreams. And the first question I ask them is, what was the color of the snake? What was it doing? Because many times when you see the snakes in your dream, it is not always a negative thing. At times, it is an indication of your sadhana going in the right way. अर्धचंद्र दिख सकता है, जटा दिख सकती है. Suddenly you see somebody sitting and only the jata is being seen. So I won't give you images. That's yours and that's your affair with Shiva. There's nothing to do with me here. वो किस रूप में किस तरीके से आपको दिखाई देना चाहता है वो आपके ऊपर है. So let it do its part. So you will see the visions of the things related or the symbols related to Shiva. And then within that time frame, you will see that a more and more inner silence is going to be formed within you. आपके अंदर स्थिरता आ जाएगी, एकदम शांत होने लगोगे. If you want to continue this Mahan sadhana for till Shivaratri, absolutely amazing. Here I want to say is every night. नहीं तो पता चला मतलब सेकेंड फेज से लेके शिवरात्रि तक बिल्कुल मौन धारण करना है. उतने दिन कर लोगे तो मौनी बाबा बन जाओगे. You will achieve to another level of space if you sit there without even speaking or uttering a word. So every night, not that song. Every night you at least keep a 30 minutes of silence and slowly increase that. धीरे धीरे बढ़ा देना उसे. So that is the second phase. Second phase हो गया. Now the final third phase. This is another amazing one. Here we will be working. तो पहला हो गया, we worked on the body. The second we worked on the mind. Now we will work on the nadis and the energy activation process. We have already started that by the Nama Shivaya process. Now the third phase of it. This process, many of you are going to love it. And many of you are going to think that ye kyun. And I am sure many of you are going to love it. आप बड़े खुश हो जाओगे, आपके पड़ोसी परेशान हो सकते हैं. So that's how it is going to be. What is that? Here, I want to introduce something called as the Shivatandava Kriya. Now tell me what is Shivatandava Kriya. अब समझ में आया क्यों आप कुछ लोगों को बड़ा पसंद आएगा और पड़ोसी क्यों परेशान होंगे. Now just think of you are doing a Tandava in your house. No, of course, Ananda Tandava. Then what? Now just think of Haribhai is dancing in his home. क्या हो गया. नहीं नहीं तांडव क्रिया चल रहा है हमारा आज. This is where all these kind of sadhanas I keep on to hold to ourselves. You know why? If it was a closed space where we are all sitting there and we are doing it, it would be like absolute madness there. अच्छा, इसमें करना क्या है? You all know by the name itself. You all know. How many of you are going to do it? Now the question comes is, do I really need to do that at a physical level? Of course, yes. Nay, of course, yes, I said. But this can be done in a very, very different ways. मैं आपको सरल उपाय बता देता हूं. I know many of you are very good dancers. So for them, I will teach you dancing. जिनको नाचना नहीं आता वो तो कैसे भी नाच लेते हैं. जिनको नाचना आता है वो नहीं नाचते. You know why? They think like, if I dance and I don't dance well, people will look at me. What will they think? ये वो लोग होते हैं जिनको नाचना आता है, मुझे लगता है. जिसको नाचना नहीं आता तो कैसे भी नाचेगा. It does not matter. What people think about them is no matter to them. They just dance. So for all the people, those who exactly cannot dance at that kind of level, of course, the next option that is at a mental way. But in order to really activate this process, you have to do the physical activity. And don't worry, शिवरात्रि के दिन भी ये किया जाएगा. It's in this way. अगर आप तो मैं बताऊं तो कैसे करना है. It's like this process is a combination of breath, body physical movement, and that will create that energy field within you. उसके लिए शक्ति प्रक्षेपण कहते हैं जिसे. It's a very typical process in the tantric mark, but I have tried to bring it into a physical worldly thing that you can do it. It's like standing. अब खड़े हो जाना. Then start shaking your body. एक ही जगह पे. Don't have to move, you don't have to run, you don't have to do anything. Just stand and shake your body at least for 5 minutes. तो 5 मिनट में ऐसे ऐसे होने के बाद समझ रहे हो क्या होगा. Many of the blockages that you are already holding in your body will vanish. हाँ, the next day body में थोड़ा पेन हो सकता है. Because we are not dancing anymore. शिव के भक्त हो और अगर नाचना नहीं आता तो किस तरीके के शिव भक्त हो तुम लोग. What kind of bhakta I'm talking of? So this is called as the Shakti Prakshepan, or the, you can give it a very trendy name to that. Okay, so I'm using the Shakti movements. You can stand at one place and shake your body for 5 minutes so that the body is taken away of all the stagnations, the laziness, and the things that have been blocked. राजन जी ने नाम दे दिया है शिवा शेक. Whatever way you give your own, आप अपने नृत्य का कोई भी नाम दे सकते हो. You are free to give that name. और अगर रिकॉर्ड करके भेजे ना, I will be so happy for that. My goodness, okay, what is your dance name? What's the name of your dance that you want to give? जैसे राजन जी ने चुन लिया है, like शिवा shaking a leg kind of thing. So you stand there and you shake your body, or put a wonderful music, dance. But in true essence, rather than dancing also, if you can stand at one place, just shake your body for some time, you will have more impact on that. Can you even think of doing that for 2 minutes? And by now, all the things that I'm saying, you might have already started feeling a lot of things in your body. Yes or no? That crawling sensation has already begun, because this process itself is that intense. मैं उसे बड़े सरल तरीके से हंसते हुए बता दे रहा हूं. But if I give you in a very yogic pathway and I start giving you in a very traditional manner, it's very difficult to do. But can you do this? Now, the best part is when the entire family is sitting here. तब क्या होगा? तब तो और मजा आने वाला है. क्या चले रात जैसे ही सुबह एक समय हो जाते सब नाचने लगते हैं घर में. That's how you celebrate, right? So you should do the Tandava process. And we all know, even just by listening to some music and you dance, you still feel a lot of energy. You feel so happy about yourself in yourself, right? But if you do this process, अगर आप सच में नाच भी नहीं सकते, you just stand and you don't need have to rigorously shake your body. Just start to shake your body somehow. Because you cannot expect the same kind of different kind of result when the input is the same. You have to change the input. जब तक मैं कुछ चीजों को नहीं बदलता कुछ चीजें नहीं बदलेंगी. And that's what this will do. It will shake up your energy. Then once this is done, then you sit down. तब बैठ के अनुलोम विलोम करना. Means you have absolutely distributed the energy into your entire body. जो भी accumulation हुआ है for the past 2 phases of sadhana, whatever energy is accumulated, you will shake it up because at times it is not reaching to all the nerve endings of your body. When you shake it up, the energy is transforming itself to all that, and you will see like it's going up and down here and there and everywhere. Your entire body is energetic, right? Then you sit down with Anulom Vilom. You know what is Anulom Vilom? Alternate breathing, right? You start by closing the right nostril, exhale through the left nostril because you are doing it in the morning time. Exhale it to the left nostril, then close it, inhale through the right nostril. So alternate that. First, close the right, exhale from the left, close the left, take the breathing from the right. Do it for 21 times on the left and 21 times on the right. क्या होगा? It will bring a balance of that energy that has been distributed into your body. It will calm that energy down. बिल्कुल आराम से शांत कर देगा आपको. It will bring that balance within your body again. Then after this, or one thing that you have to do tonight, no, not tonight, before you start the third phase of sadhana. All of you have Rudraksh Mala, right? Every one of you. Now again the question goes, अगर आपके पास रुद्राक्ष माला नहीं, किस तरीके के शिव भक्त हो आप? What you do is, the Rudraksh Mala of yours should be dipped into a glass of water. Copper water हो सकता है. Copper glass जो है, उसके अंदर जल भर दो. You fill it with water and dip your Rudraksh Mala in that. In the morning, you drink that water. So that energy that has been built with the chanting of the mantras that you have been doing constantly on that. The energy of that, we all know water has memory and its retention is very good. When you are taking that retention and putting back into your body. Of course, you will see when you are putting that Rudraksh Mala into the water, it will float or it will just sit there. There is one process in Tantra that is called as the Matsya. Means they feel like they are eating a fish. But here, the true essence of fish is your body is filled with 70% of the water, just like the earth. And your breath is like the fish that is running up and down. Even when I'm putting that Rudraksh Mala into the water, it's kind of a fish that is putting its energy into that water and now you are drinking. Tantra Marga ka process आप सात्विक रूप से कर रहे हो. You're getting that? So when you are consuming the energy of Rudraksh into you, won't it change the molecular structure of your liquid that is there in your body? That is the third phase process. Every night, from the beginning of the third phase, you dip it in the night, morning you drink that. Kab pina hai? It's absolutely with you. You can drink it before your puja or after your puja. No problem with that. There is no such rule for that. This is the next prakriya that you called it as the Rudraksa sadhana through, or Rudraksa jal sadhana that you can keep it as. Best thing would be if you drink this water before sunrise. Tab kya hoga? It has accumulated all the water in it. Water has a quality, when the sun shines, it starts evaporating. Are you getting that why I say before sunrise? So that energy that has been accumulated is directly consumed by you. Don't worry, all things have been written down. सब लिखा हुआ है, आपको कुछ याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. I just want to tell you in so elaborately so that you understand that. Now I will run. Here, after you have done the puja, and once this you have drank this water, the question appears is, can I drink after the puja? Because I know many people don't drink anything before their puja. In your case, what you do is, whenever, either you are drinking it before your puja or after your puja, whenever you drink it, after drinking that, it is your work to energize that completely within your body. क्योंकि वो मंत्र अब जो चलेगा is going to be the pranava, that is omkara. You have drank the water. Now you are using the omkara chanting at a low volume with that humming sound again. कितने बार करना है? सिर्फ 11 बार करना है. Just like do it elongatedly. You will experience like how many vibrational frequencies are there that is shaking up within you. Okay, so can you do that? वो करने के बाद, जैसे you have drank the water, now you have done the hum chanting of omkara for 11 times. After that, there is a mantra that you all do, is sitting with closed eyes and just chanting Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. This happens for as much time as you can. आपको जब तक मन हो. उसके बीच में एक मंत्र आएगा. Now this is another mantra that you have to chant. The mantra goes on is, please close your eyes and listen to the mantra. This is because I said that we are going to do a process which is mantric, yantric and tantric. Here, the mantra that comes has a tinge of tantra into it. So the mantra goes like, Om Namah Shivaya, Subham Shubham, means Shubham Shubham, Kuru Kuru, Shivaya Namah Om. Om Namah Shivaya, Shubham Shubham, Kuru Kuru, Shivaya Namah Om. Om Namah Shivaya, Shubham Shubham, Kuru Kuru, Shivaya Namah Om. Once you do this mantra, how many times you want to do this mantra? Minimum one mala. Minimum one mala. Because all the previous mantras of the two batches are completed. This is actually the mala, that is the mantra that you are going to do for Shivaratri. I said it is mantric, you are doing the mantras. Then yantrik, you are using the body. Tantric, the processes that you are following. So it is kind of a three-way approach towards Shiva. You know, like the upward triangle represents Shiva, the downward triangle represents Shakti. So we are taking that three-way approach. Nobody tells you why there are three, why it is a triangle, because these are the three processes that goes into play. Mantra, Tantra, Yantra. When these three things combine, it creates a balance of that, and it creates the upward movement of energy where your body becomes the base. One way the mantra is working, the other way the tantra is working, and it takes you to the pinnacle of the top of the energy. You reach to Shiva. Now you understood why there are triangles. That's how the energy has to flow. And when the energy is combined with upward movement of triangle and downward movement of triangle, it creates the energy of Shiva and Shakti. Why? Because one is transcending you upwards, one is bringing you back to this world. Prakriti or Purush. Both are working in combination so that when you are in this physical body, the physicality is taken care by the Shakti, and Shiva is guiding you to transcend this physicality. So this is just like this. जीवन के साथ भी, जीवन के बाद भी. So both ways, that's how you understand the triangular picture of why a triangle is created in both ways. Okay. There are many esoteric meanings that are hidden with that triangle, but this is one of the very simplest way how you should understand what kind of sadhana you are actually doing it. Okay. Then comes, आप ये मंत्र करने के बाद obviously intermittent fasting अगर थोड़ा बढ़ा सको तो, but I believe like don't strain yourself. I want you to be fresh and sturdy to do the process of Shivaratri. So that intermittent fasting that I'm saying, early eating in the evening and fasting till late in like little late in the morning, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, that's good enough. Okay. So for some people, they will say like, but that's my regular thing. तो आप ऑलरेडी कर रहे हो तो आपको और क्या मतलब, what should I, what regular process? That is a very simple process that you can do. So till now, the experience that you will have by doing all these things is the tingling sensation will be felt in the spine and the third eye, either or both. And you will start having very, very strong visuals about Shiva when you are doing the meditations. Your body will feel absolute light and you will feel blissful anyways. ये करके देखो, दिखने में बहुत सरल है और हमने उसको बहुत सरलता से बता दिया. We have given it to you in a very simplified way. While making it a like a fun story, I'm telling it, but the energy that it will create is something. But there is last one step. The step, the day of Shivaratri. What is that step? The final day before Mahashivaratri means the 25th night. I would say no food, no speech, no thoughts. नहीं कर पाएंगे, पता है मुझे. Food we can manage. Okay, no food चलेगा. No speak मुश्किल है. No thoughts ये और मुश्किल है. इसीलिए हम कहता हूं ना, सरल होना कठिन है. इसीलिए आप लोग देखोगे जो अघोरी होते हैं ना, वो सरल बनने के लिए कठोर रास्ता चुनते हैं. दैट्स द ब्यूटी ऑफ दैट प्रोसेस. सरल को प्राप्त करने के लिए कठिन रास्ता. सो नाउ दिस प्रिपरेशन, व्हेन आई से क्या करना चाहिए, इफ नो फूड, नो स्पीच, नो थॉट्स, आई नो इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल And you should not do, because that the other day on the Shivaratri night, you should have that energy to sustain the process that we are going to do on that night. ये तो preparation है. Preparation of that main night, right? For that, you should be having enough energy within your body. So don't starve yourselves. That's what I can say. Okay. Keep yourself well hydrated. Keep yourself well fed. ऐसा पता चला वहां पे we are doing a process, कोई गिर गया. So that should not be the case with any of us. Okay. So Mauna sadhana, do it a little bit more time. Might be in the day also start to keep a 30-minute kind of sadhana. Okay. For the next 30 minutes, I'm not going to speak. And it takes a little bit of more just the before the night. That is 25th of February. You sit with Shiva. In that absolute stillness. You remember on the initial stages, I said you have to sit in the stillness of Shiva. That's what you should feel like. I would suggest you just sit on your bed and you completely merge into that until your body falls asleep. जब नींद आती है ना, अपने आप बॉडी गिर जाएगा. Make sure like you don't fall off the bed. Okay, उतना ख्याल रख लेना. But that's how. Connect with it and sit. Just sit. Nothing doing. Just sit. Thoughts, questions, ये वो क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा. Let it all happen. But you just sit. You know what is this process? I will awake for you until you make me go to sleep. ये है जागरण. I will not sleep until you make me to go sleep. You know what are we doing this time? This time हम actually सारे चीजें उसके कोर्ट में डाल दे. Like you have to decide this time. I have done a lot of things. This time it's your turn. And let it happen. रात भर नहीं सोए, but you are sitting with closed eyes. Don't worry. You will have ये जो साधना अगर सही तरीके से किए हो ना, you will not feel any depreciation in your energy. अब नवरात्र चल रहे हैं ना, गुप्त नवरात्र के, मैं रोज 45 मिनट्स 1 आवर 1.5 आवर सो रहा हूं. कहीं से भी किसी तरीके से लग रहा है? लगेगा भी नहीं. इफ यू आर डूइंग द साधना, यू वोंट इवन फील एनी चेंज इन यू कि नहीं सोया, नींद नहीं हुआ. दैट्स ओके. One more beautiful thing that you will do on the morning of Shivaratri, because we'll be meeting in the towards the afternoon or evening part. एक 15 मिनट आधा घंटा जैसे भी हो, सब साधना. सब साधना का मतलब क्या है जानते हो? अगेन एज यू हैव सैट इन द नाइट, वैसे ही एक जगह पे स्थिर होके बैठ जाओ. Completely devoid of everything. Absolutely nothingness within you. के अंदर कुछ नहीं चल रहा है. You are just sitting. How many of you already feel that? That void. And that's why I say, you will not even have to try. It will happen. ठीक है? ये रहे the processes. You enter the day of Shivaratri absolutely fully prepared, charged and aligned. And all these things that you will be doing absolutely will clear the blockages. It will activate all the 10 nadis, and these 10 nadis, that they are all related to the Dasa Mahavidyas, as we are speaking, as we have spoken the last time on Sunday. It will bring all the 10 indriyas, the senses, into control and to the cosmic rhythm of Shiva. It will prepare your third eye for having the right kind of visions of the divine. And when you have all these things together, it automatically will dissolve the karmic account, because that is where the grace of Shiva will descend upon you on the night of Shivaratri. What will happen after Shivaratri? Everything will stop? No. After you complete this 21 days sadhana, no, you will continue to have the visions of the cosmic Shiva in your deep meditations. You will constantly have that. Many of you, even without trying, you will start experiencing astral travel, out of body experiences. The energy that will flow through your spine will be like a liquid fire. मानो जैसे एक ऊर्जा स्पार्क कर रही है आपके स्पाइन में. You will feel as if you have taken a rebirth. सरल प्रक्रियाएं हैं, but if you do it, I can assure you, it will shake you from your roots. आपने कई तरीके की साधना की है, बहुत सरल की है, बहुत कठिन भी की है. You have done so many sadhanas by now. This is going to be one out of the box sadhana. Now my question goes, the divine has called. Will you answer? इस बार सच में बताओ, साधना कर कौन रहा है? Because you are taking everything, putting in his hand. तुझे जितना देर बिठाना है बिठा दे, तुझे जब सुलाना है सुला दे, जब तुझे खिलाना है खिला दे. Can you see you are already always giving everything back to him, and he says, now you take care. आप क्या कर रहे हो? आप उसे सजा रहे हो. आप तैयार होकर बैठ रहे हो. How do you look? Of course, if you have a celebration going within, the celebration should be shown outside. And somebody has given me a message. Can you even teach us how do you decorate yourself every time you are on the screen? I said, huh? Even this you need to learn? See, the beauty of this process is it brings that beauty within you. और शिव सुंदर है, याद रखना. तो शिव का भक्त कैसा होना चाहिए? वो भी वैसे ही होना चाहिए. Now that makes sense? Right. So with this, I will just take few questions if you have any. I will post this document after, because I have one more process to be taken care of. The Mahanirvan meets in next 10 minutes. Once that is done, I will post the document. In that, I have written day-wise, means kaun sa sadhana, I have segregated that everything. If you have any questions till now, whatever I have spoken, please ask. Haribhai, please help them to unmute if possible. You can raise your hand if you have any questions. If no questions, we'll close this. And of course, one more thing. Shivaratri is on 26th. 27th, we will be leaving that. And Haribhai, is it 28th or 29th? Just let me check. 28th evening, there is a planning for a retreat that is happening on 29th and 30th at a place called as Penchalkona, that goes into the Andhra Pradesh region. From Hyderabad, we will be starting on Friday evening. We have booked a bus. That bus is a sleeper bus this time. So nobody is sitting, nobody is having any problem with that. So they can directly lie down and reach there in the morning. So there is this retreat is going to, so you will reach in the morning. There is a beautiful temple of Narasimha Swami and one of the most amazing waterfalls that is there. And then the retreat unfolds. We will be there the complete day of Saturday. And Sunday, like Haribhai, like when are we planning to revert back? At what time we will be beginning from there?
2 o'clock evening.
2
Sorry,
o'clock
no. On second evening.
evening.
Yeah.
So
That
early
means Sunday.
morning. Okay. So Sunday we will be starting there from the evening and we will be reaching towards the next day morning. That means Monday morning we will be reaching back to Hyderabad.
Yeah.
So all the people those who are traveling, if you have plans to, because we did that so that all the people those who are there, they can extend a little bit and have a retreat with us. So that's how the planning has been done. Haribhai will post the Google form. Haribhai, please kal dal do, so that because the seats are limited in the bus. And don't worry, it is good enough to accommodate all. But still, the seats are like, Haribhai, how many seats are there in it?
36.
36 seats are there. So I have taken one seat anyways in that. So I booked 3 seats and now 33 seats are there. Haribhai already taken 3 seats. So 30 seats are there. Now who else is taking the other 30 seats is the question now. And the best part is we have 60 people sitting here listening to me right now. Okay. So Haribhai, please post that so that everything can be planned out, because food, accommodation, everything we have to plan it out. And whatever like the expenses will be, there are some graceful people, those who are sponsoring some part of it. And then there are certain things that we have to pay, right? So whatever we have to do on our part, we will do on our part. So don't worry, it's not going to be heavy on anyone's pocket. But one thing, it's a village. So we'll not find the rooms as such as like the hotels that we stay in. We'll be having a decent room, we'll having a decent bed, but the expectations of having that luxurious room is not there, because that space does not have that kind of accommodation. So those are things, and Haribhai will put like what are the things that are needed for. So Haribhai, please post it tomorrow so that everything is, yeah, limited facilities will be there.
Yes.
But don't worry, you will not stay hungry and you will have a great time there. Okay. The second thing is tomorrow I'm traveling. So this Sunday I won't be available for the session. So we'll be meeting you next Wednesday. Till then, I will be looking forward to your stories, towards your experiences, the photos of yours and your Shiva. So all that, whatever it is, I will be looking forward to that. And if you think like anyone, food restrictions, yeah, food restrictions would be something like Sattvic food rakho, because that will cleanse you much easily. Agar Sattvic food rakhte ho, and there are many people in this room, those who don't even consume garlic onion, for them, it's a very regular thing. Don't worry, if you ask me whether I have to leave garlic and onion, it's your choice. It is absolutely your choice. Sattvic food rakho. That would be good enough. Okay. And while traveling, I will try to do video calls. So be available for that. Any questions for this process? While I'm talking to you, let me give it to Hari Bhai. Hari Bhai, I'm posting a document. If you can please share it to all the groups.
Okay.
To be, let me see, what is the name? Okay, so I'll post it because I have saved it somewhere. This is okay. I got that. Hariva, you need to help me with this because this is in ODT format.
Yeah, send me the file.
Yeah. So you just have to convert that to Word document, or if possible, convert that to PDF directly. Okay, and you can post it. So, and this Shivaratri is going to be one more amazing space where there is going to be a particular skit, and you will not want to miss it. I can assure you that. You will not want to miss it. If you are available physically, experience that. Even you are having it through the online, you can still look at that, but don't miss that. Why I say, you will come to know on that day. Okay. So thank you so much. Haribhai, I would like you to please create a link for the Mahanirvana group in the next 10 minutes. So I can only say, follow the process. Let he be your guide. So thank you so much. A very typical way of doing the sadhana, of course. Very, very typical. लोग जहाँ इतना साधना difficulty से करते, we want to do it in a very simplified way. But the results is what we'll speak of. Okay? So thank you so much. May this Shivaratri be a rebirth. May this Shivaratri be the awakening of the true self that you are. And till we meet again, continue your sadhana. May the guidance always flow towards you. Har Har Mahadev. Har
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 Har Mahadev.
Har Har Mahadev. So the details of the Shivaratri will be again like shared with Haribhai because he has to take care of lot many things that are going on. So the logistic part where we have to do this, and the entire team has already started working on it. So we look forward to a magical night again. Okay. Thank you so much. Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi. Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Haribhai, please create that
Yeah.
link. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Maharaj.